dating and money advice for men in 2021. Build a warrior alliance. So you might ask, what is the warrior alliance? The warrior alliance is a group of men that come together and battle as warriors to get to the promised land. So what we need to do as men, for example, if a guy is 60 years old and he owns $1 billion company and he needs employees, you as a man starting off at maybe 18 or 22, high school or college graduation, you might need to take that job and be that employee to work his company to help build his dream so that he can maintain the position of the guy that just owns the company, oversees the finances, and he has his residual income, his time freedom, and his chill lifestyle. The point being, you take that entry-level position with pride, you help the other guy succeed through your 20s, you work your way up, and then maybe at 30, you get a promotion in the company. And then maybe through your 30s when you're a manager or something, you get to your 40s and now you own something where the new batch of young people work for you. And so now you get, you put in your dues, so to speak, and now it's time for you to relax. It's time for you to own something so you can have residual income and time freedom. So the thing is everybody has their own stake in the game. Everybody has their own motives for things that they're going after, whether that's money or whatever goal they have, how they define it. So there's always a give and take with the exchange of currency. And so if every guy wants to be a winner or an alpha, whatever that means to them, there's always a conflict. There's an irony because it's, say, two guys go into a situation where they both have $20. So if one guy sells his photography prints, the other guy is a food vendor. So how do you convince somebody that your product or your service is worth that money? So by you taking someone's money, someone has to give you that money. So what I mean with this warrior alliance is life is a little bit more stressful when you're always on the hamster wheel of the economy, always being a worker, always having some bill to pay, always having some boss to report to, some job to go to. It's a little bit more stressful than you owning something, collecting residual income, and having time freedom. The problem is we can't all have these things tomorrow, just off the bat, because there's certain people over the course of human history that have built up money, certain families, and passed it down generation to generation, and people that have also worked and built companies and built careers and saved money. So everyone wants to keep their money and they never want to like spend it, right? Everyone wants to make money, as much money as they can. But ironically, if everybody's doing that, then we just have a society where everybody's taking. But there's always a balance. There's always a 50-50. It's kind of like the concept of Social Security. Without getting too deep into the politics of Social Security, the main idea being when you're young and you're working, the Social Security that you're paying into, that's going to take care of the older people so they can relax. And when you get older, after you've put in your dues where you've been working, the current young people will support you, and now you can relax. So men, we need to build a warrior alliance. We need to understand, yes, we all want our own stuff. We're all going for our own goals. You could call it selfish or self-serving, but I mean, there's a spectrum of that, and everybody is it's that to a degree, right? Like nobody's going to work for free. Everybody's going to work for a paycheck. But the thing is, ironically, if everybody's going to work for their paycheck, it creates a society where we're all just going for our own stuff. So it's just like you throw a piece of bread on the ground, all the seagulls rush towards it. Sometimes they're like bickering, fighting over who gets the piece of bread. So you just have everybody going for that same resource, and there's no unity. And this is just going to happen with life and with human nature as it is. But we can think of a system to help more men rise from the ground, rise above the ashes. So part of it as a man is letting the other man succeed, right? People have this problem all the time. Like they see someone traveling on vacation, they go, oh, how come I'm not in France? How come I'm not in Brazil, right? They just see themselves not traveling. Well, how are you ever going to travel or enjoy the finer things in life if you never know how to see the other guy getting that as well? you're never going to bring that good karma to you if you never know how to see that in someone else. Like, you can't be a winner if you can't see the other guy as a winner ever. So, going off an example of jobs I've worked, like I'm selling this tie-dye right now for this nonprofit in San Diego. And before I worked here, I worked at that yellow brick building over there, the hotel. So I've been in this area in La Jolla for almost 5 years working. When I was working at that hotel, the Pontai Inn, it was #1 in San Diego on TripAdvisor at the time of all the hotels. I don't know what it is now, but doing hospitality, it's like you're helping someone have a good vacation. People are in a good mood with their families or whoever they're with. And it's cool to provide the service. I was a breakfast server there, and I also did other departments. But yeah, like, you have to know how to see the other person travel. You have to see the other person be on vacation in order for you to have that vacation. Because if you're just always looking at the other guy's stuff, like, oh, like, well, how come he's traveling? How come he's got this money? How come he's got this car, this girl, whatever the case may be, you're not going to ever attract that to you. Because there's a karma to it. There's a 50-50. But again, not everybody is just going to wake up tomorrow with billions of dollars, residual income, time freedom, because there's a give and take. Like, where are you getting this money? Where are you getting this time freedom? Who's working to support you having that chill lifestyle? So there's a 50-50 of how we get people there. So that's why I use the Social Security aspect and the example of that to describe it, because it's kind of the example of, hey, you're young, you're just starting out, get to work, support the older guy's business, support the older guy's dream, support the older guy relaxing and getting women and traveling and doing whatever he's doing while you're working to support that guy to work your way up to a point where that can be you. And of course, there's other factors involved, because then we can get into height, genetics, personality, upbringing, in terms of sexual attraction. So even creating this warrior alliance to get every guy to hit his potential, there's still going to be like the guy that's 6'5" versus the guy that's 5'2", versus the NFL quarterback versus the janitor, whatever the case may be. So whatever you do as a man with your money and with women, you still have your own personal stuff going on with that. But the main idea of the Warrior Alliance is to get as many men as possible hitting their potential. So part of that is letting men know from a young age the aspects of intersexual dynamics. So starting off young, getting into the economy, saving money, doing what you need to do to get up in life, whatever that means to you. If you're 18 or 22, after high school or college, you're living with your family, and you want to start your own family one day, it'll be easier and more attractive to a woman if you have your own house to live in, as opposed to your parents' house. So in your 20s, don't have this bad attitude of, oh, I hate this job, I hate my boss, I hate these people I work with. Get motivated to go be a great employee for that company. Be like, yeah, I'll work this job. I'll do multiple departments. Oh, that guy called off sick. I'll help out, even though I wasn't hired for that. I'll step in and make sure the company stays afloat. Don't burn bridges. Don't be too hypocritical to the point where you're also working, you're going for your own paycheck, and then you're super judgmental on the other guy also going for his paycheck. So yes, if you see the 50-year-old that has like the billion-dollar company, he's obviously not trying to lose his position. He's not trying to lose his money. He's just trying to keep workers to keep his company going. Makes sense. He's 50. He's got a billion-dollar company. He needs employees. So as a young man, what you should do is accept that job as the employee. Be a good employee and have a good relationship with the guy outside of him having a billion-dollar company. It doesn't matter that he's a billionaire and you're not, and you're like the worker. There's no hierarchy. He's not better than you. There's no difference between the CEO and the janitor. Keep a good relationship with the guy. Don't walk into work all nervous, or like you've been there for a year or two. You're all nervous to ask for a raise. What's the worst he's gonna say? No. I mean, like, he's a human being too. He eats food. He goes to the bathroom. Like, don't get into the hierarchy stuff. Men need to develop a warrior alliance. We need to have a group of men linking arms as warriors up the chain so that you can increase your position, kind of like a pyramid, and you've got the top guys at the top, the small percentage, and each layer down is more people. So as young men, when you're starting out at the bottom of the barrel in the economy, you need to get on point with your finances, with your time freedom, understanding the world, understanding yourself, whether that's improving yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can climb up the ladder. And with that information, like I said, what you do, it's going to be different for every single guy, because then there's degrees of looks and personal preferences of a particular woman. So even creating the Warrior Alliance to get every guy to a point where he can be a winner one day, he's still going to have his own things going on. But the point being, you don't have to have this entry-level minimum wage job forever and you're just like this little bought peasant worker in the economy. If guys had more of a 50-50 understanding how to work together to help the other guy succeed, knowing that when you're that person's age, the younger guys could help you succeed, and every guy gets their time in the sun, so to speak. So that's what we need to do as men. We need to find a way for the older guys with the money and the time freedom to provide a good work environment. Young guys need to come in, take charge, be proud of that job, so that when they get older, they can own something, and now the younger guys support them being free, support their residual income, support their time freedom. So that's what we need to do in 2021 as men, build the Warrior Alliance so that we all make it to the top one day.